What is up, guys, and welcome to the very first episode of Chasing the Checkered. My name is Bobby, and this is our 1986 Dodge Daytona Scrambler car, also known as a mini stock, a four-cylinder bomber, a Stinger, four-cylinder Hornet, whatever it is, and wherever you might be, it's what this is. Completely stock, four-cylinder car. This is Chasing the Checkered. Some backstory on this car is we bought this car last year and we took it to the racetrack 6 weeks in a row, and it rained us out 6 weeks in a row. We never got to make a feature race with this car. We ran it in one heat race, and I've been out of racing for a little while. It's been about 4 or 5 years since I'd actually been in a car. Started outside front row, drove it off in the corner, first lap, first corner, and I hit the clutch. Made a super big mistake, so then kind of pulled off. Didn't hurt the car at all, and then we were going to get ready for the feature, and then it rained us out. So the car set for a couple weeks, and then we had to sell the car. Long story short, we got the car back, and it is not in the best of condition. So we got the head off. The head is at a machine shop here in town. Chris Nairmore Machine Shop has the head. And what we are doing today is, this week we had some problems with the transmission, and so we tried to do what we could with the car, with it in the car, and realized, it has to come out. So what we're going to be doing now is I'm going to take you guys along, and we are going to pull this transmission out. I might throw it on time lapse for a little bit to try and speed up the process. This is going to take me some time. I'm by myself. I've never done this before by myself, so we're going to get everything set up and start ripping this transmission out. There's a problem with second gear, so we need to get it out, get it fixed, and get it back in. We got 6 weeks till the first race, so let's get it out and let's get started. Alright, well that's not good. Trying to get these are the camber bolts up here in the top. So these things are super tight, and we got the bottom one loose, but the top, as we were trying to do it, it just broke our ratchet. So now we gotta go try to find our 21 millimeter, probably 1/2 inch drive, put it on the old impact there, and see what's next. Alright, so we found our 21 millimeter. Now we're going to go 1/2 inch drive, get this bad boy broke loose, and go from there. Very important that we always keep these together, the caster and the camber bolts, that go to this side. So now we just have to pop off the spindle. And then always make sure you have a bucket up under the car. That way, when you pull it out of the transmission, it's not going to dump fluid all over the ground. Here we go. Alright, so we got the axle out. That goes, where are we at? Spindle, the inside of the transmission down there. So now we're going to get some of this stuff disconnected up top there and jump on the passenger side, and a few more bolts and this thing will be ready to drop out. Here we go. Okay, update. So We literally have everything on the top unbuttoned. We've got the shifter cable off, which is right here. We have all of the shifter linkages off. We've got rid of the starter at this point. So the only thing left to do is to pull this CV axle, which we're going to do from the other side, and then bust loose the bell housing bolts, the transmission mount, and then this transmission will drop straight out. So we will keep you updated just a few moments. The phone died, so I had to turn off time lapse. So I'm going to throw it back on the charger real quick, and we will be done with this side in 3, 2, 1. Okay guys, so this side didn't go as planned at all. So after we got down here and realized the bolt for the CV axle is rounded completely off. So broke loose the tie rod and went ahead and did the camber bolts, strut bolts and all that. Back up here at the top, we got that much out of the transmission. So I believe, if my math is correct, once this transmission makes the drop to come out, we should be fine. So we are gonna go from there. I'm gonna continue on pulling. I got all that done. So now the only thing left to do, I know my light's getting kind of bad, is bell housing bolts and transmission mount. Other than that, we will be set. So stay tuned. I'm gonna get the camera set up on the car right here, and we are gonna go to work. All right guys, so what we're doing now is we are pulling the bell housing bolts out. I've already got my floor jack under it to take the weight off for once these, so it doesn't shift or anything once we pull these bell housing bolts that hook the transmission to the actual block of the car. The motor's going to stay put. It shouldn't drop at all. We have these motor mounts are welded solid, and on the bottom motor mount in the front, it is welded solid to a plate. The only thing that holds it in is the bolts to the block. So it might give just a little bit, but it shouldn't move all that much. So everything is literally loose. So the only thing we have now is the actual transmission mount right here, which is through the frame rail. There's a hole cut out in the frame rail, and we will zip that out. And once I do that, I'm gonna I keep saying we, I am going to throw the camera back on and try and film and lower this tranny down very carefully to where I don't get injured or nothing else happens to the car or the transmission. Definitely don't need to drop it off the jack or try and break the case. There is no transmission jacks. I unfortunately do not have one, so I'm going to do the best with what I got here and go from there. So hang out, I'll see what we got going on just a second. Okay guys, so it's late, and that did not go as planned at all. We did get it out, transmission's out, it is on the ground, ran into significant problems, a lot of problems. This was one of the hardest jobs I've ever had to do by myself. Tip for all of you, if you ever do a Dodge Daytona transmission by yourself, there is a mount back here in the very back, and if you don't get that off or get that bolt out, it won't come out. I didn't see it, and oh well, but I found it. Transmission's out, and I'm gonna call this a video. I want to say thank you for all who have watched. Sorry if it's not the best, but one of the things I can promise you about this channel is I'm going to be real. I may not be the best at filming, or they may have the best videos, but I'm gonna be real. So the videos will get better when I learn how to do it some more. But thanks for hanging out with me. Please, 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 very important, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to the channel if that's something you guys have liked, if something you've seen. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down, comment, let me know. I'm gonna read everything. And like I said, thank you very much for coming to the very first episode of Chasing the Checkered. Before I leave, I do want to give a huge shout out to my sponsors. That's Interstate Batteries of Lakeland, Q Injury Auto Attorneys out of Bradenton, Florida, The Bearded Builder. Huge thank you to Fleming Family Racing. You guys go check them guys out. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment their stuff as well. Also, Port City Motorsports Productions. Thank you guys so very much for the awesome logo. If there's anything you guys want to see, feel free to comment. Let me know. We're gonna get this thing together. I promise. It's gonna take some time, but like I said, we're shooting for August 28th to be our first race. I did find some problems over here on the passenger side front, but we're gonna have to fix those. Thank God we found them here instead of at the racetrack. But until next time, remember guys, thank you so very much, and we will see you next time. Stay blessed.